And then we'll come down to the floor. So we'll lie down, we'll get comfortable. And I'd just like to take your focus onto your breathing. So we'll take those nice deep breaths in and out. So with each deep breath in, I like to draw that breath down towards the stomach, allow the stomach to rise. And then as you breathe out, just allow the stomach to drop back down again. And we'll take one more deep breath in. As you breathe out, we can just take the arms gently overhead. And where if we can, we'll interlace the fingers. And then we'll point the toes, reach the hands as far away from top of the head as we can, just making ourselves as low as possible. And as we hold here, we'll just focus on those nice deep breaths in and out. Now we'll take one more deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're just going to release that stretch. We can release the arms and we'll allow them to come down to about shoulder height. From here, to bend the legs. So we're going to bring those feet to the floor. Keeping our shoulders down, we'll just gently lower the knees to the right. Taking them as low to the floor as you can. We'll ease back to the center and gently to the left. Just going to slowly take those knees from side to side, keeping the shoulders down as we do. So get that nice movement through the hips, through the back of the body. And then if this movement's feeling good, staying like that down the extreme. The next time we drop the knees to the right, we can take the left knee up towards the right elbow. And then do the same, so drop the knees to the left, right knee towards the left elbow. But if it feels too much, don't worry, just stick with dropping those knees gently from side to side. And there's that one more option we can, if we feel we can try and extend the leg, taking the toes out towards the fingertips. But again, if it feels too much, don't worry. Stick the knee towards the elbow, gently drop those knees from side to side. Whichever option feels good to you. Whichever one we pick though, we're still trying to keep our shoulders pinned to the ground. Last time, so each side. And we'll ease back to the center. Now here it's like to lift the leg. We'll take hold of the shins. We'll lift your knee gently in towards the chest. We add a little movement with the ankles, just like point and flex the feet, so we draw the toes up towards the shins, then we push away again. We've had a few circles into the ankles too, so still point and flex the feet, or gently circle them one way. And change direction, circle the feet back the other way. And we'll gently hold to the center. And just allow those feet to relax. Then from here we're going to draw the knees a little bit closer in towards the chest, like say the feet towards the ceiling. If we can, we're going to take hold of the inside or the outside of the feet. If we can't reach the feet, don't worry, we can take hold of the ankles or the shins. But here we're trying to get the thighs as close to parallel as we can, and as close to the 90-degree bend of the knees as we feel possible. And we're just going to hold here. As we hold, focus on those nice deep breaths in and out. If it does start to feel too much in your point, please just gently release. I'm going to ease back in towards you. And take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, we'll gently release. And we'll just hug the knees back in towards us. And from here, we'll take the hands to the back of the thighs, and if we feel comfortable too, we're just going to gently rock and roll on the spot, slowly bring ourselves towards a seated position. If that doesn't feel comfortable, please just bring yourself to a seated position, but if we're happy to, we build that little bit of momentum up. And once we feel we've got enough, we can release the thighs, and either rock on to a seated position, or to a squat, depending on what we feel we can, but it doesn't matter which one, either. Because from either we'll come around gently onto all fours. So bring those hands down and we'll step the legs back. So hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. We're just going to focus on that movement to the back of the body. So as you breathe out, like try and arch your spine up towards the ceiling. And then as you breathe in, we'll arch the spine the other way, pushing the chest down towards the floor. As always, if it feels more comfortable to have your breath the other way, that's absolutely fine. Please just go in time with your own breath. Don't really focus on getting as much movement to the back of the body as you can. And one more time each way. Hold to the center. From here we're going to sink into child's pose. We're just going to push the hips back towards the heels. We'll release the arms out in front of us. We'll just sink it low into the floor as we feel we can. And from here we're going to keep the right arm out straight. Then I'm going to take the left hand and we're going to reach across towards the right hand. We're going to reach the left hand out as far as we can while keeping those hips sunk as far towards the heels as we can. So just doing creep and stretch down the left side of the body, and we'll hold it there. So keep reaching with the left hand. And take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, release it. We'll take the left hand out straight, and then we're going to do the same thing going the other way. So take the right hand across toward the left, reaching out as far as we can with the right hand, keeping those hips sunk towards the heels. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Gently just hold back to the center. And deep breath in. As you breathe out, then you ease back up onto all fours. And then from here, we're going to step the right foot forwards. So we come into a kneeling lunge position. So we're going to be able to take the heel to the floor, the knees roughly over the ankle. And we're going to squeeze those legs as we hold here. And if this is enough, we're just going to hold it here. If we want a little bit more, then we can tuck the left toes under. We can lift the knee, still squeezing the legs. And take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, if we lifted the knee, we can lower it down to the floor. We'll step the right foot back. We'll do the same thing on the other side, so we'll step the left foot forward this time. Then kneeling lunge position, so the ankle is roughly under the knee, the heel is down, squeeze those legs. And again, if it's enough with the back knee down, keep it there. If we want a little bit more, we can lift the knee, still squeezing the legs. in. As we breathe out, we gently lower the knee. If we lifted it, we'll step the left foot back so we come back onto all fours. And then here, I like to tuck the toes under. We're going to lift the knees. We're going to push the hips back and up so we come into our down dog. So here the heels can be lifted. We can have a little bit of a bend in the knees. We can take the hips high. So you're trying to push the chest toward the thighs. We're going to bend the legs, we're going to slip the feet forwards and together. So we come into our forward fold. So here we just let go from the arms and shoulders, allow them to hang heavy. A little bit of a bend in the knees to look after the hips and don't rip the head so touch the floor. Keeping the arms heavy, we'll slowly roll up to standing. So we slowly roll through the spine, bringing ourselves up to standing. Here I like to circle the arms overhead. Or if we can, we'll bring the palms of the hands together. And we're just going to go into a back bend, so we're going to arch backwards. Now, as we do, really focus on the squeeze to the back of the legs and glutes. So we look after that now back. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, we'll gently release back bend. We can release the arms and arms come down to our side. From here, we're just going to take the feet hip width apart, so taking them a little bit wider. Now take a nice long stride back with the right foot. Now here we want to be able to take the right heel to the floor. And the foot can either be parallel with the narrow edge of the mat, with the length of the mat, or at a slight angle. We want to keep a slight bend in the left knee. We want the hips pointing towards the narrow edge of the mat, and we want to be able to keep that right heel down. We take our nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, just like to tip forwards from the hips. And we'll bring the hands down onto the shin. And if that's enough, we'll hold it there. Or if we feel we can, we can take the hands to the floor or the ankle, depending where we feel we can reach. So if it feels too much, we can bring the hands back up. So if we can't reach the floor, don't worry. Like I said, the main thing is we want to be able to keep that heel down. Take a nice deep breath in. As we breathe out, we'll gently ease back up to standing. And then we'll step the right foot forwards. So again, we brought the feet together but hip width apart. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, so take that nice long stride back with the left foot this time. We want to be able to take the heel to the floor. Again, the foot can either run square with the length of the mat, or be at a slight angle. We keep that a little bit of a bend in the right leg, the hips are pointing towards the front of the mat. We'll take a nice deep breath in. As we breathe out, we'll tip forwards. Bring the hands onto the shin. Or again, if we can reach towards the ankle, we'll take the hands to the floor. The left heel stays down, keep that slight bend in the right leg. And then just hold it there. Focus on those nice deep breaths as we hold. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to ease back up to standing. And then we'll slowly step the foot forwards. So we've got the feet together again. We're just going to go back into our standing back bend. So I take the arms back overhead. Bring the palms together. And we'll just arch backwards. Squeeze into the glutes, the back of the legs as we do. Take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we'll gently release. And we can lower those arms. From here, we're going to take one foot back, so we come into a nice wide stance. Taking the feet nice and wide. A little bit of a bend in the knees. We're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So drop the chin to the chest, relax the arms and shoulders, slight bend in those knees. And we roll as far towards the floor as we feel we can. And don't worry if the hands can't touch the floor. And from here, we're going to take the hands behind the back. Now if we can, we're going to interlace the fingers, and if that feels enough, we'll hold it there. Or if we can, we're going to take those hands a little bit further towards the back of the head, so we get a little bit more of a stretch through the back of the body. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we can gently release those arms, allow them to hang heavy. And we'll slowly, really slowly, roll back up to standing. So keeping the feet wide, we're just going to turn the left foot so it runs parallel with our mats. The right foot can either be parallel with the narrow edge or toes in at a slight angle, whichever feels more comfortable to you, but you want the hips facing the front. So we want to squeeze the legs, keep those hips facing forwards. We're going to lift the arms up to shoulder height. Now I'd like to reach as far out over the toes as you can, those left toes, and then we're going to bring the left hand down towards the inside of the leg, right hand up towards the ceiling, and here we want to keep those shoulders square upon one another. So if you feel that shoulder's rounding forwards, just lift your left hand a little bit higher and roll that right shoulder back. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we'll gently ease back up and we can release the arms. We're going to do the same thing going the other way. So we'll turn the right toes this time to point along the length of the mat. Left toes either square with a narrow edge or in at a slight angle. But again, the hips are square to the front. We keep that squeeze here. We're going to lift the arms up to shoulder height. We're going to reach as far as we can over the right foot before we bring the hand down to the inside and that left hand towards the ceiling. Again, we want to keep the shoulders square upon one another. So if you find the left shoulder rounding forward, just lift your right hand a little bit higher and draw that left shoulder back. We'll hold here. Take a nice deep breath out, in, and then on the breath out, we'll gently ease back up and we can relax the arms. From here, we'll step the feet back down the front end of the mat. Bring those feet together. And we'll take a little bit of a bend in the knees. We're going to come back into a forward fold, so we've got the chin towards the chest. Allow those arms to hang heavy. And we'll just roll as far down towards the floor as you feel we can. We'll bend the legs, take the hands to the floor. We'll step the feet back and push the hips up. So we come into our down dog, so again the heels can be lifted. Slight bend in the knees, but hips are high, chest towards the thighs. And we're going to lift onto the toes. We're going to bend the legs and lower the knees down to the floor. And we'll just sink into child's pose. So we'll just sink the hips back toward the heels. Release the arms out in front of us. And take a nice deep breath in. As we breathe out, we gently ease back up onto all fours. And then, however it feels comfortable, I'd like you to make your way through to a seated position. And here we'll take the legs out in front of us. And we'll keep the left leg straight to start with. I'd like to bend the right one, so we bring the foot to the floor, either inside the leg, or if we feel we can, we're going to step it over the left leg. Then we'll use the left arm to hug the right knee in towards us, and we're going to twist, look as far as we can, over the right shoulder. Sit up nice and tall as we do. Take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we'll gently release and we'll untwist. So we'll take the right leg out in front of us this time. We're going to bend the left, bring the foot to the floor either inside the leg, or if we feel we can, we'll step it over. And then we're going to use the right arm to hug the left leg in towards us as we twist as far as we can over the left shoulder. Sitting as tall as we can. And take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we gently untwist. We can release the leg, taking it out in front of us. And from here we get to lie down, so we're just going to gently make our way down onto our backs. And then here I like to bend the legs, so we bring the feet to the floor. And we're just going to lift the hips as high off the floor as you feel we can. So when you squeeze the back of the body, lift the hips as hard as you can. And if this feels enough, we're just going to hold it here. If we do a little bit more, we can bring the hands in underneath us, interlacing the fingers, and reaching the arms out, trying to walk ourselves a little bit higher up onto the shoulders. So we lift a little bit further into a back bend. And just focus on those nice deep breaths as we hold. Take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, we can gently release. If we take the hands to the legs, we can release the arms. Take them back out and then gently lower those hips back to the floor. Then we're just going to extend the left leg. Taking it down across the floor. We're going to lift the right foot. And the leg straighten the leg, taking the foot towards the ceiling. Arms come out around shoulder height, and then we're just going to gently lower the right foot over the left, taking it as fast as you can, trying to keep the shoulders down as you do. And take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, gently ease back to the centre. And we gently lower the foot down to the floor. We're going to do the same thing with the left leg. So lift the foot, we'll extend the leg, foot towards the ceiling, then we'll gently lower the left foot over the right down towards the floor, taking it as far as we can, keep the shoulders down. We just hold in here. And take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, gently ease back to the centre. Leg down to the floor. And we can just bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to drop out to the sides. And from here we just have some relaxation to finish with. So just please find a position that feels comfortable to you. If you want to release the legs, release the legs. And then just take your focus onto your breathing. So just like at the start of the class, we're going to take that nice full deep breath. In and out. So each deep breath in, we draw it down towards the stomach. Allow the stomach to rise. And then as you breathe out, just allow the stomach to drop back down. And if you want to, you can just take your focus down towards your lower body. Maybe curl the toes down and just squeeze through all those muscles in the legs, into your calves, your thighs, your glutes. And really squeeze and build the tension into all those muscles. Hold that tension there. For a couple of full deep breaths. And then on the next breath out, just let go of all that tension. Feel the legs sink a little bit heavier into the floor. And the feet might just drop out to the sides. We can do the same thing with the upper body, but if we want to, and push our hands into fists. And just start to squeeze through the muscles in the arms, the shoulders, into the back of the neck. And we'll just squeeze and build the tension into all those muscles. Just hold that tension there for a moment. And on the next deep breath out, just let go of all that tension. Feel your shoulders drop away from your ears. And your arms just sink a little bit heavier into the floor. And we'll just slowly bring some awareness back towards the body. So maybe just wiggle the fingers, maybe wiggle the toes. I'm just going to put a few small circles to the wrists and ankles. And then just gently in your own time to make your way back to a seated position. And then from here, we'll take a nice deep breath in as we do, just allow the arms to drift overhead. As you breathe out at the top, just relax your shoulders. And we'll circle the arms back and down. And we'll do that one more time, nice deep breath. As we breathe out, just relax your shoulders and circle the arms back and down. Fantastic work, guys.